and welcome to another exciting episode of Bearing It All. My name is Ugochi and I'm excited to be your host. With me today, I have a very special friend and sister, like I will call her. Please help me welcome Mrs. Tosin Esherifasa. We also call her, like she will always call herself, Tosin Iyawo Ogaga. Please welcome.
Hi everybody.
Good to have you on the show.
I am actually very happy to be here.
Thank you so much. I'm very, very happy to have you on the show, and you look amazing, by the way.
I was trying to look like you. I didn't know whether I was getting the look.
Yeah.
I pulled it off.
I will say that. But good to have you on the show. I was just going to say, is it okay if you tell us a little about yourself?
So as she said, my name is Tosin, and I like to call myself Tosin Iyawo Ogaga because there's so many Esherifasa. So just in case anybody is confused, it's the Ogaga. I'm married to Ogaga. So basically, that's what Iyawo Ogaga means. I call myself a creative. I like to write, I like to sing, I like to dance, I like to do anything arty. Basically, that's my personality. I have 2 kids. I'm also the only girl in my home, so tomboyish. Yeah, you'd catch me in the tomboyish spectrum. What else can I say? I love taking pictures, I love talking, what else do I love? And I love you. Yay.
Thank you for loving me. And I agree, she loves talking. Okay, so today we're going to be speaking on something that has become a little difficult, and at some point every one of us has experienced, what we're going to be talking about today. And remember, it's a place of honest conversation, and we're going to be bearing it all today. So we're going to be talking about respecting people's no. When people say no, we're going to be talking about that topic. And Tosin, the first question I want to ask you, what is no?
When you mentioned this topic to me, I laughed at it, and I know you understand why. And you wanted to say it earlier, but I said, let me confess my sins. No is the best response for a rejection. In the sense, it's like no is that negative connotation. Everybody hears no, and it's like, oh, red, danger. But no in the sense is I'm not, I can't, I won't. There's so many facets to know, and understanding where somebody is coming from when they say no it gives you the best way to accept that no. So I think no has many varieties. When you hear no, understanding where that no is coming from will help you understand this no as being negative or actually positive or actually just normal.
Thank you so much. I didn't even think so deep about that. But my next question, is it okay to say no?
Well, I guess, like I said before, if you understand where the no is coming from, you would know whether it's okay or it's not, and I'll explain. Like, we hear no all the time. You apply for a job and they don't necessarily tell you no, but they might come and say, oh, we're sorry to let you know that you did very well in your interview, but unfortunately that's a no, and it's a sign of rejection. Sometimes somebody says no, I can't do this. They can't do it because they've considered why they said they cannot do it. Not necessarily because they are trying to be mean, or not necessarily because they don't like you. And I think eventually we will probably talk about this much later. But it's actually okay to say no. And understanding where the no is coming from would help you realize that it's okay. It's something that people say. If it wasn't okay, I don't think it would be, you know, part of the things that we would normally say on a regular basis. That's what I think.
I think I love what you said there. Understanding where that no is coming from, it's very, very important. So I think it's just, you know, an important part of, you know, when people say no, try to understand, you know, why they are saying no, and you know where that is coming from. I love that very point. The next question I have for you, Tosin, is why do you struggle to say no?
Yeah, I actually thought about this for a very long time, and it became a very tough realization. You know, when you're in the dark, you can't really see. You can't actually see. But when somebody says, oh, I have a torchlight, and they put it on, then you begin to see. And thinking about this question was like light, you know, shining inside my heart. And it brought a very deep, startling revelation that I've not really thought about. One of the reasons why I know I find it very hard to say no is just born from a deep-seated insecurity. And I would explain. Growing up, like I said, I'm the only girl in my house. I have 3 brothers, and yes, I was close to my dad, and we just all acted like we're all, you know, we're all mommy and daddy's boys. It was easy for you to just slip in unnoticed, and for me, after going through certain things in my life, especially in secondary school, that for me was one defining moment. A lot of the things I do, I can tie them back to that moment in my life where I had some friendship problems. It was like I was in boarding school, and I had this group of friends, and when I'd come to school and would resume, sometimes they'll decide that they're not speaking to me for this term. So for 3 months, these people who I wrapped myself around would just say, no, Tosin is not in our radar. And that pushed me to my writing, because it was like I would tell myself that my paper and my pen would never judge me. My paper and my pen would never ignore me. So that pushed me to writing. But then it also pushed me to this one thing. It gave me that fear of rejection. It's like anybody that says no, you know, first of all, doesn't like me. And if I say no, I'm also telling you that you don't mean much to me. So my many yeses is like I'm trying to make up for the fact that I want you to know that, you know, there. I'm here. You don't have to feel alone. You don't. But at the end of the day, there's something my dad told me, and I know he saw it. He saw that part of me. One of those days, I can't remember what exactly happened. But my dad would sit us down. Anytime we do something wrong, my dad would wake us up at midnight and say, come, let's have a conversation. So it was one of those times. He woke me up and sat me down, and he asked me a few questions. And after I finished telling him what I was supposed to tell him, he looked at me and he said, Tosin, you can't please everybody. If you try to please everybody, you would be all that they want you to be and forget who you are. And those words have never left me. And even though it's been so long and I am still growing to get formed into those words that my dad told me, I haven't gotten there, and it's hard. Because that's what insecurities do to you. They weaken your defenses. They make you feel like you have to make up, you know, to people's expectations or to your expectations or whatever expectations else. That's what insecurities do. They break your defenses. And I have struggled with that for a very long time. But I think this point in my life, especially in this year where we have had to spend so much time alone, you know, there's been a lot of introspection, and I know that this is one thing that God wants to deal with in my life. Tosin, you can be bold enough to say no. And your no is not necessarily because you don't like the person. And that's where understanding where the no comes from. I don't give people the opportunity to understand my no, because I don't even understand my no. I don't even consider that my no might mean something. And it branches off into something else that I probably should talk about if you'd allow me.
Oh, that's fine.
I'm married, of course. And there's something that we struggle with, or I struggle with. It's like when you've just given me this lovely glass, and the drink inside looks really nice, and I drank it and I liked it, and then I'm like, oh, Ugochi, you can actually, you would love this drink, try it, and then you take a sip, and then you're like,
not sure.
I'm not sure I like it. That insecurity makes me think you're not rejecting the drink, but you're rejecting me. So I put up that defense, and it happens a lot in my marriage. You know, my husband says, I'm not really sure I like this bread. I'm like, oh, but it's really nice. I come out like you are telling me that I'm not nice. Instead of realizing that, oh no, you're not talking about me. You're talking about the drink. And you have the right to like it or not like it. But I think you're talking about, I am the one who gave you the drink, so your rejection of the drink is a rejection of me. And when you think about saying no, that's part of it. Because I feel like if I tell you no, you think I'm rejecting you as a person. When in actual fact, if I take time to think about the reason why I would say no, it's because, oh, on my calendar, I have this and this and this. So actually, it's physically impossible. And that's why I'm saying no. Or I'm tired and I need to rest.
And that's coming from an honest place.
From an honest place. If only I would be honest with myself, I would realize that I'm tired. I love you and I want to help you make your hair, but I'm tired. But I'm going to ignore that tiredness because I feel like Superwoman, and the only way I can show you I love you is if I do everything you want me to do.
And God save you. I have no you know, I have no hair.
Which I haven't forgiven you about. Let's not talk about this hair issue. I brought it up. Anyways, so you understand exactly what I'm saying. If I am honest with myself, first of all, I would realize that it's okay to say no. It's hard for someone like me because I tell myself I can do it. I can juggle out every other thing, but I do not realize that other things are suffering because I'm desiring to live to please someone else.
So it's okay to say no.
It's actually okay.
Sorry to digress. You said something and it's just been playing on my mind. You said something about, when you were young and in school, you had these friends and, some days they speak to you and then some days they just go quiet, for like months. Did you ever try to find out why, they would just go on and just say, I'm not speaking, or we're not speaking to Tosin? Because it's just been playing, in my head.
At the end of the day, we were kids. We were kids. We did not know the effect of what we were doing. And I know that there were many times I would try to find out what's going on. What have I done? And that's another thing. Everything is about what have I done? It's me. I must have done something to offend these people. It must be me. But girl, this world does not revolve around you. And many times, you didn't do anything. People decide to do what they want to do. And the funny thing is that these people are still my friends. They are still my friends till date. And it's funny, we've not necessarily talked about it, those times. And I'm sure if we talk about it, we would laugh at it. But I choose to see it as the wine press. When you want wine, you have to crush the grapes. I might have known that, I can write, but it started there. All of that mess brought something good. You know, God always has a way of bringing out the diamond in that rock that looks like rubbish. So I for me, it doesn't really matter why they did what they did.
Yeah, thank you so much. I feel like I'm taking you too deep, but you know, I needed to ask that because I felt it must have affected you, you know, and it did, right?
Yeah.
But you've moved on,
Yeah.
you know, and you know, like you said, probably because you guys were young,
Yeah.
and it's very possible that even those friends, your friends, didn't even know, you know, that they were keeping quiet, and their keeping quiet was affecting you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. The next question is, what happens when people say no to you?
Funny enough, I can take no. It's almost as if the wall I build around myself is it's one of rejection already. As I said, it's an insecurity. It breaks your defenses and builds up other things. And I can take no because it feels like that's the norm. When you fear rejection, you're expecting rejection. That's what it does. So when somebody says no to me, I don't think much about it.
Okay.
To be honest, I don't think much about it. And there are only certain times when people say no to me, when there are people who I am very close to.
Okay, like me.
Basically. So, I want jollof rice. Tosin, I'm tired. I'm like, it's me. I'm the one.
But it's coming from an honest place.
No,
I'm really tired.
No, exactly. For me, I'm like, you can do it. But honestly,
yeah.
I think I only consider it when it's somebody really, really close to me, and it really doesn't make me feel anyhow. You must have thought hard about your reasons for saying no. And the funny thing is, when people tell me no, sometimes I remember speaking to somebody and I was telling the person, why can't I just say no? Why am I not like this person who would just be like, oh sorry, I don't think I can. No, it's no. Okay, do you have any other options? Okay, that's fine. No, I can't do it. I'm like, I'm not this bold. So it's when people say no, I just know that it's coming from somewhere. It's where it's coming from, I might not know, but it's coming from somewhere, and it's a good thing. It's actually a good thing to be able to accept no when it comes. My brother, the second born, he is the odd one in the house, but he says this thing, and I like the way he says it. He said, if somebody slaps you in the face, the moment you know why, you are okay. And that's how he is. Somebody can insult him and insult him and insult him. The moment he's not going to say anything, he will just ask you, why are you insulting me? If you give him a good reason, he'll walk away.
Okay.
So if the why, it's funny.
Yeah.
It's funny, but think about it. If I said something to you and I'm like, the reason I'm saying it is because so, that means I'm validating that you have a reason. I'm respecting your reason. It may not be my cup of tea, but you had a reason for doing it, right or wrong. Now, wrong reasons, yes, you can address, but there are right reasons. I am like, okay, then I can, take your reasons and maybe work on it, So understanding where their no is coming from helps you know that, guy, the world doesn't revolve around you. And I actually do respect people a lot who can say no. Yes, there are some people who just they don't care. Their no is just I don't care. But there are other people who are saying no from the place of I have checked every alternative and it just cannot work, and I am sorry, the answer is no. Not no and roll your eye and like just leave me alone. No. That's what I think.
Okay. How should we respond to no?
In good faith.
Okay.
How should we yeah. It's just what I said. If you understand where the no is coming from, you should be fine. Just as long as you do not tie their no to a rejection of you as a person. Because when I ask you to do something for me, I'm asking you to do something. And your no is not like, Tosin, I don't like you. It's like, I can't do what you are asking me to do. It's hard for someone like me. And I've already admitted my struggles. I'm a yes person. I can do it. Let's go. Even if I can't. I'm one of those people that fake it till you make it, kind of. You understand what I'm saying? It's like, if you ask me to do this, I may not be able to do it now, but I'll take it and then I'll go and check, oh, this is how to do it. But is that a realistic way to live? It's not a realistic way to live. I'm now trying to grow a business. I'm trying to grow a photography business. And I'm asking myself, do I want to focus on everything? Somebody calls me and says, oh, come and take this picture because I know you have a camera and you can handle one. Do I say, oh, yes, because you're my friend? But is that what I specialize in? And this is the part where I really need to grow in it, because if not, I'll just be running around like a headless chicken. Everybody calls me yes, 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 yes.
Even when it's not convenient.
Even when it's not convenient.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Tosin, for speaking to us. I know that this is not your area, and but I'm happy, you came on board. I think people have just struggled with this. People just think, I can't say no, because when I say no, he or she is going to think that I don't want to help. But we've heard from Tosin, and I'm saying it's okay to say no, but say no from an honest place. If you're saying no because you really mean it, then I think every one of us should respect, that place of, someone saying no to us. And don't say yes when all that you needed to say or all that you want to say is no. Say no if it's no. But when it's yes and you can, then don't say no. If you can really, really help, then say yes. But it's okay for us to respect people's no, because their no actually might be no. Thank you so much, Tosin Iyawo Gaga, for coming on this very episode of Bearing It All. Thank you so much. And we're having you back very soon. Oh yes, we've just talked about respecting people's no, but we're coming.
Maybe I can practice that. No.
Did you guys hear that? Anyway, I'm not honoring that no, because you're coming back on the show. But thank you so much for coming.
It was such a joy to be here.
I love you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. And to say thank you, we have a little gift for you for coming on the show, Bearing It All. So this is our little gift for you. I'm sure you will love it. I'm sure you will love
gifts.
Oh no, yes, because I'm your friend, I'm your sister, I know that you love gifts. But thank you so much from all of us. We want to say thank you for stopping by, for coming on the show.
You are very welcome, and it was my pleasure to be on this show.
Thank you so much. I love you, and you know that already. Thank you so much for joining us on this episode of Bearing It All. We look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now. Bye.